Okay, here's how you do the other rows. Take it like that and spin it. I think you're doing the flat rows that starts from the outside and goes in. This one goes from the inside out. The left hand, all it does is spin this thing. The right hand folds it over the index finger of the left hand like that. You see that? There's 4 ways to fold it. The 3 of them don't work, but that's the one that does. And you change hand position to like this, so your thumb's on top. And now you can hold it like that and tighten it up, make a nice tight little bud rose. Depends on how big your leaf is. This is a really skinny leaf, so I'm making a tiny little rose here. Go around like that, put your finger out like that, so you can go around and go through. Tighten that up, and that makes a cone underneath the rose, and then you go back and go through, and then that makes the loop that you can spread apart and make pretty like that, and then the tails will be pretty like that. And then now you have to lock it. So to lock it, you go like this. This is the easy. There's many ways. Some people just tie a string around the bottom, a pretty red string or whatever you got. I like this thing method here, where you tighten this up as tight as you can, and then just kind of cut right here. And these two pop out and make a lock so it can't go down. Then you hit this one up here, pull that up tight, and cut that there, and so that makes a lock, and now that can't get loose. Now that rose isn't going to go anywhere. Before I learned that, my roses would slide down whenever they wanted. Then once you get that, now you can get fancy. You can do it, go like this, and make a little more hearts. See, what I usually do is I use 2 leaves, and then the 2 bones make a heart when you bend them down. You've seen pictures on the website. Lately I've been getting fancy, and you can get as fancy as you want with these, right? Because right now I just made 4 more loops, so that makes 5 more hearts. And so now this thing, if I was to take if you don't have another stick, I mean, if you do it with one. First we started doing them, when I first learned this, everybody just stuck another stick in here. But we actually, one day I tried just using 2 sticks and 2 leaves at the very start, and it actually makes a much fuller, fluffier, puffy rose. So there's the completed rose. And so of course this would have 4 up there, which would give you 5 more hearts. That one came untucked. And for shipping, you tell people just undo it and pack it flat, and it'll be okay. Put these together, put something in there so it doesn't get smashed flat, so it stays round. That's if they want to mail it home or something. And then you just go like this in front of them, go boom, boom, and 90% of the time you get aww. Especially if you see people with shiny rings, you know they just got married. If you're in a honeymoon kind of town, and you say, "Hey, you just got married," and they go, "Yeah, well, here we're gonna make you a congratulations or omedetou gozaimasu if you're Japanese." Break that off with my teeth so I don't have to let go and get my knife. And I haven't timed this yet. Somebody timed me a few years ago and it was 3 minutes, but that was before I started getting a little fancy. So you lash that up and down like that, so it doesn't take a sharp bend, so it stays. And now you can trim this guy off like that, and like that. And of course, the first I would have done is cleaned off all this green stuff, but I wanted to do this quick. And then when you do it, then you'll have 4 up here if you do 2 at a time. Okay, that's it for this one. Aloha. Oops. There we go. Bye.